I started pole dancing for my birthday when I was 20, and I was a ballet dancer, and so everything in ballet is very like, you have to do it like this. And I went to Be Spun. That was my first class with Leanne Riley, and she was like, move how your body wants to move. And I didn't even know what to do. I was kind of like, okay, so I'm supposed to like stand here? Like what am I even supposed to do with that? And she really helped me sort of on my journey of like finding like what my actual movement style was, how my body wanted to move, and that like being sexy and like using your hips, like all that stuff was totally okay. Because if that felt natural to you, then you should just go for it. I continue to pole dance, I think mostly because of the community. So pole has gone from a hobby to this like full-time job to sort of like a full-blown career option for me, which is very exciting because you know when you first start off you're like, oh, I like take some classes, like it'd be cool to perform, and then you go from, oh, it was cool to perform to I want to compete, and then oh, I want to compete to, oh, I want this to be the rest of my life. So I've definitely made that journey, you know, from the like step one into the classroom to the step however many down the line, you know, to like USPDF and stuff like that. But the community has been, I think, the most supportive like part of pole dancing, and I think that when you ask a lot of dancers, like they'll totally agree with me and say that absolutely like the community is the best thing. One of my favorite stories about that is I went to Sweden for pole art in 2010, which was, I love that show. It's amazing. It's such an amazing competition. But I decided I was going to stay in Europe for a couple weeks because I hadn't really done the Europe thing. I wanted to like travel and like go around. But I was by myself, and for some reason, like I didn't really think that was a problem, but I got on a plane going to Milan, and I don't speak Italian. I didn't have a hotel. I bought that plane ticket because it was the cheapest thing that I could find online the day before. And Amber Ray picked me up, saw her at the airport. She was on my plane, and she was like, oh, well, where are you staying? How long are you going to be in Milan? And I was like, I have no idea. I don't know. And she said, okay, you should come home with me. So she took me home with her. We stayed in her little tiny studio apartment. Marion moved in the next day, so it was 3 of us in the studio. We hung out at Pole Dance Milan. It was great. She sent me off on a train to Paris at the end of 4 days, and that was really like the best experience I could have ever had. But same trip, I show up in Switzerland to go to the Worlds, and I'm in the lobby with my suitcase, and I run into Stacey Pope from Expo UK, and she goes, oh, where are you? Who are you traveling with? And I go, I don't know. And she goes, okay, we're gonna go to dinner, have a glass of wine, and figure this out. So she helped me out, got me a room, fixed me up with everything. So everywhere I go, people are just like, let us take care of you because we love you, and we don't even know you, but we love you anyways. So I love that about pole. You know, I travel and I teach workshops and everything, and people are always like, oh, stay at my house, like let me take you to dinner, let's do this. I went to Mexico, I got off the plane, what are we doing today? Oh, you're getting a massage. Oh, well, there you go, thanks a lot. Like the gravity schools in Mexico were really amazing hosts as well, so everywhere I go it's just like, you know, let me take care of you. And I think that that's actually made me want to be a more like giving person in that way too. So I've definitely had like several people have come and like stayed at my house like since then, because I feel like, you know, if you come to LA, like I want to do the same thing for you that somebody else did for me, because I know that you're going to do that for the next pole person that comes through your city. So it's like, it goes around, comes around, goes around, comes around. I pole because I love pushing my own limits. I definitely have found myself at certain times in my life saying like, wow, that was as far as I could go. It's the end of the road, don't think my body can do more than that. And through the help of my friends, being really dedicated to my working out, you know, going to the gym, starting a cross-training program, I've achieved things now that I really never thought were possible with my body, which sounds very cliche. But I almost got kicked out of ballet when I was like 8 because I wasn't flexible enough, and now the only thing that I do really in pole is go around and educate people about how to become more flexible and how to showcase your flexibility on the pole. So to go from one to the other has been really crazy. And you know, if I go home and I talk to people like from my ballet school, they're like, wait, you're doing contortion now? Because we remember you couldn't do the splits and like you couldn't do any of that stuff and you really struggled. But you know, it's possible. Like, pole's possible.